Hi, welcome to another Antiques Minute with the Antiques Answer Man. Well, today, as you can see, I'm wearing something kind of different. This particular jacket is a moose hide jacket. First Nations, probably Cree, was the tribe that would have made it. It's made out of moose hide, and right where the embroidery work is done is deer hide. Now they use deer hide here because it's a little lighter, a little thinner, and much easier to do all the beautiful embroidery work with. And in this particular jacket, you'll see the embroidery work goes all the way down the front onto the cuffs, and it's just beautifully done. It's very delicate, and would have been done by probably a native Cree lady. She would have also done all the tassels that are on here, and the tassels as well are deer hide, and they're a little thinner, so they give lots of action when you walk. Some jackets have tassels that are 3 or 4 times this long, so they really moved when the people walked, particularly when they were dancing. And they also have, this also has nice brass buttons that they probably would have purchased in a trade goods store. Now this particular jacket is likely from the mid to late 1800s. They are very hard to come across. You don't find them in many antique stores anymore. People have begun collecting good First Nations pieces, and this is one of the best that I've come across. Now this jacket also has on it here, this is a medal from the 1885 Northwest Rebellion. On one side it talks about the rebellion. On the other side is the Queen's head, Queen Victoria at the time. This particular medal has the name of the person who it was given to on the side here. You can't really see that probably, but it's a Private Lee with the Canadian 7th Fusiliers who were at the battle. And the battle lasted from not a very long time, from March to May 1885. Some people say it's not a great part of our Canadian history, but I try not to be too political in my Antiques Minutes. But this is a medal from that period, a jacket probably from around that period as well. Now, I want to show you a couple of other things while we're talking about First Nations items. This is a tomahawk that is made from a root, and it is all carved. This is to look like a bird's head. You see the eye, you see the beak, and this is just from a root, and they carved it with all different insignias here, all different patterns. Kind of cool, isn't it? Now this probably wasn't used in battle, but it's significant in that it is an old First Nations piece. I think it's kind of a very nice piece, a nice example of an old tomahawk. You can see where the hole is here for a leather thong that would have gone through the bottom here and around the wrist, so you could hold it, and if it dropped out of your hand, you wouldn't lose it. So that's kind of a cool piece. Now this is a horsewhip. When they're riding their ponies and they wanted to make them go a little faster, they simply took out their whip and gave them a little shot with this. And this is kind of interesting because the bark you can see here has all been frayed and made into the whip part. This isn't a separate piece of anything, it's all part of it. And someone took the bark and stripped it out and made this into a whip. This is a very rare piece. I've never seen another one like it. And the bottom tassel again is made from the bark, and it's made into, see, a little tassel at the bottom. Very nice piece. Now you'll find lots of other items. Older ones particularly are nice. These are beaded. Where the jacket is embroidery, this is all beadwork on a pair of moccasins. And on the edge here, this is velvet that they would have got again from a trade store. And these particular moccasins are probably deer hide. They're nice. It's nice and soft, but well used. These were well used, and they have a cloth lining as well. So these would be later, probably around 1890 to 1910, maybe even a little bit later. But well used. You can see from the bottom, they've been well walked in over the years. But a nice piece again of First Nations artifacts that you can find and buy. A pair of moccasins like this in the market today, you might find for $200 to $300. This particular horsewhip, I don't think you'll ever find another one, and it belongs in a museum. It really isn't something that would be up for sale, but it's a real great example of a very special item. Now the Tomahawk, you will find these around, and they can range anywhere from $300 or $400 up to $3,000 or $4,000, depending on how intricate the designs are, the age of the piece. This one is 19th century, probably mid to late 19th century again. The jacket itself, you're probably looking at literally thousands of dollars for a jacket of this quality and this period. The little medal here, there was about 5,600 of them that were issued. And they had a little ribbon on it that was blue and red. This one doesn't have the ribbon. If it has the ribbon and everything, you're probably looking at $200 to $300 if you can find one. So there you go. This is our session on First Nations. This has been the Antiques Answer Man, Wayne Cameron. See you next time. See, there was something I was supposed to remember. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe.